Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tayler Yarish Show, episode 52, everybody, huh? 52. That marks a year that this podcast has been out. That's kind of crazy, huh? Doesn't really mean anything. I don't want to make too big of a deal about it, because you just keep going. It's just time. It's just another, it's a year. It is pretty cool, 1 year, but it is what it is. It's like a resolution. Doesn't really mean anything. You're still going to quit the gym in 3 months, but what can you do? I'm feeling full. I can't, you just can't eat a lot and then do anything productive. And that's where I am. We had Blue Apron, which I was very not skeptical about. The recipes are great, and it's not that I didn't think they would come out well. That wasn't my issue. I wasn't even cooking them. Kate was cooking them, because I was about to make a ladies in the kitchen joke. Anyway, no, I was worried about them because I came home late last night from a show in New Jersey, and we got Blue Apron, and there was a box just sitting outside, and I knew there was meat in it, and who knows how long this fucking thing's been sitting out. And, to most people, this scares them and be like, oh, the meat is probably bad. But Kate is just like, well, it's still somewhat cold, so must still be all right. And I'm sure it is. But Kate has built up her immunity to, bacteria that forms on food after a certain temperature. Her body's just used to consuming it because she'll wait until there are visible signs of, decomposition on food. It's really an issue. But yeah, I just had a big old meal. We were watching Seinfeld. We were watching the Soup Nazi episode with a guy, he's so particular about the soup and how you order it. No soup for you. It's a pretty popular show. Yeah, or it was back in the day there. I know. If you haven't seen it, I recommend it. It's a good show. I eat a lot of soup because that's what they give us soup at work. That's our, they give that to us in the break room, which, I shouldn't ask for much because your work is not necessarily required to give you anything. But there's something about soup and salad that's just very just makes me think of like the Depression. It's just a big, that's what the break room is. It's a big room of people all eating soup, hunched over. It's just not a great sight. But that's what I have. I eat soup every day and I look forward to it. And I eat in the break room. I'm trying to break out of my habit of just secluding myself when I go to eat lunch. Normally, like when I go to eat lunch, I don't eat with anybody. I don't talk to anybody, but I was trying to just become more a part of the community where I work. And, I'm going to go eat in the break room with everybody. And I noticed that I work at one of these companies where like it's all about inclusivity and like, they have positive words written up on the wall and all this stuff. And we're a family and togetherness and we fucking spirit and all this shit, but when it comes down to the nitty gritty at the end of the day, it's all horseshit and nobody's actually buying into it. Maybe the top leadership is, but nobody else is, like you go in and I swear to God, there is legitimate like self-segregation in the break room. Like at orientation when we went into work, everybody kind of sat with like if they knew somebody, or they sat by department and they on purpose mixed us up so that we would meet new people, and I was like, oh, that's kind of nice. So you're not just sitting with the people that you're going to work with, you meet everybody in the whole company. Beautiful thing. But that lasted about, I don't know, the length of the orientation, because then what happened is now you release everyone to the break room and they go back to I don't know. I don't know what it is. But, dude, literally everybody, I should have taken a video. Everybody was segregated. Like, I work in a hotel, so, like, housekeeping is just a whole fucking range of people. Like, the Russians, they sat with the Russians. The Hispanic people sat with the Hispanic people. The white people sat with the white people. I mean, it was amazing. It was amazing. And I went in there, and I sat down, and I was the only white guy in there. Nobody sat with me. I swear to God. I got my soup. I got my salad. I sat down. And then, like, everybody came in, and nobody talked to me. And it wasn't they all speak more than one language because they're better than me. But nobody, like, it was amazing. I'm like, how, if there was a way to segregate, they were doing it. Like, I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure they were not only separating by race, but then at each of those different tables, the hourly people sat with the hourly people, and then the people who got salary sat with the salaried people. I mean, it was ridiculous. I was like, come on, guys. Thought we're supposed to be a family. Thought we're all supposed to be one. You can't make people be friends with people that they would never be friends with in real life. And that's most of the people you're going to work with. You're not friends. They're not going to go on a team outing. Stop forcing a team outing. Dude, team outings are fucking terrible. You go out, to dinner. It's like, what are we going to talk about? Hey, how about we're going to talk about the one thing that we have in common, And there's always one guy who gets chewed out because he asks if we can clock in for the team outing. It's like, no, you can't clock in for the team outing. We're going to fucking Chili's. Well, I don't want to be here, and it's work, and you're the people I work with, and it feels like work, so I should get paid. And he's got a point. I don't like to be the guy who's like, hey, we getting paid for this? But sometimes, what's up? Is the chicken tender platter and the salad, is that supposed to suffice for our wages? I don't know. I was reading it was most likely not a book that I was reading. I was most likely listening to a book, or I heard it on a podcast. I think it was something about the coffee break, like the origin of the coffee break. It wasn't because they were trying to be nice to people and like, oh, they've been working hard, give them a break. It's because ultimately, when it comes down to it, the company believes that by giving them the coffee, that will jolt them and give them energy, yada, yada, and in fact, then make them more productive or whatever. It all comes down to the bottom line. I hate that that's a term that's used. This affects our bottom line. This is the bottom line. And if it goes below or above the bottom, if it goes below the bottom line, well, then that's under the bottom. Under the bottom. You can't be under the bottom line. That's why it's the bottom. Isn't it like the top? Shouldn't it be like the top line? What is a bottom line? A bottom line is the amount. What is a fucking bottom line? I actually don't know. What is a bottom line in business? Bottom line is essentially a piece of equipment that fills bottles of your beer for you. No. What? Oh, a bottling line. Oh, I put, what is a bottle line? I'm a fucking moron. No. What is a bottom line? The bottom line is a company's net income, or the bottom figure on a company's income statement. Oh, the bottom line. It's the line that's at the bottom of the income statement. Okay. Wait, is that what people mean when they say bottom line? Like, you're going to do this and you're going to do this. That's the way it is. That's the bottom line. Is that what you mean? That's the net income? That's the net income. Oh, that makes no sense. Oh, God. I could never do business. Anyway, yeah. So people segregate each other. It is what it is. I don't try to fight it anymore. Like, I don't know. People just talk to who they talk to. And they do it to themselves. You can't get mad at anybody. I would talk to everybody if I spoke their language. I think that, I like talking to, well, no, I don't like talking to people. I like holding court, And a break room could be like, it's a group of people. I like making people laugh. I like chumming it up with people. The only people I talk to, the ones that speak English to talk to me are the engineers, because they talk like they've never heard, like, how do I phrase this? Like, nobody's ever told them what a microaggression is before. Nobody's ever told them what a insert whatever. They just say what they say, and it's God, it's so refreshing. Isn't it so refreshing, regardless of what you think about what they say? It's just so refreshing when people just speak their fucking mind. There's so few people that do that because everyone's so afraid of getting in trouble with that, where they work or whatever, and it's mainly that, or just the people they interact with. Like when someone's just like we're watching TV in the break room today, and this jewelry commercial came on, because it's getting close to Christmas, and this engineer's like, "Yo, let me ask you something." He's like, "Yo, let me ask you something. How come every time the commercial comes on, it's always a guy buying a diamond ring for the lady? The fuck is up with that? How come you never turn the TV on and the lady's like, 'Yo, here's a Rolex, my guy'?" it was just so like, he's in we're in a break room. It's filled with women. It's filled with, like, if most people would even like take a second thought to be like, they notice this disparity in the commercials, right? They're like, "Oh, that is interesting. That's always the commercial, right?" Or like, "Hey, happy Father's Day. Here's a saw. Go fucking, build a deck," or whatever. Like, you notice that, idea, and then you think about how to deliver it so it'll come across in a positive way. Just nothing. Just, the fuck is up with that? Oh, it's always a guy's, giving the diamond ring. Oh man, it was just funny. It just caught me off guard. So anyway, those are the people that I talk to in the break room when we all eat our soup. I feel like most of my meals are rushed. It's really rare. It's a rare thing that I actually like sit down and enjoy a meal that's not on a timer, where I'm not like anticipating immediately leaving and then going somewhere else. God, most of the meals that I eat are out, like I'm standing outside holding whatever I'm eating, and I'm standing on the side of the street. That's how I eat or I'm sitting on a thing that's not a seat at all. Like I'm eating a chicken shawarma sandwich on a bed of flowers or something, like on the side of a building. I I take no issue with it. I remember, like, Kate, sometimes she like, if we get a place, if we get something to eat at a place in Astoria, and I'll eat it. I'll take it outside, and I want to eat it immediately. If we go get like bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches or something, and we get to go, I'll sit on the curb, and I want to eat it immediately because it's ready now. It's fresh. Whereas she wants to walk all the way home and then eat it at home. But I'm like, by then, the steam has already, it's affected the sandwich in such a way that, now that the eggs are more steamed, they're more cooked, it's meant to be eaten now. And so I want to get the food and I want to eat it now. I'll sit down wherever. I don't care who's around me. I could be in the middle of the Thanksgiving Day parade, and I would sit down and, eat my bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. Walk around me, I'm not trying to bother anybody. I just want to eat my food. That's how I eat most of my foods is on the street, rushed, holding some. It really is an art form. To be able to hold it, you have to know where your napkins are, and you have to know where you're going to drip, because the risk of dripping on yourself is far greater. And if you have anything else to do after that, it's all in danger. It's all at risk. Yeah. They have these things in New York that are, they build them around trees on the sidewalk, I guess, to make them grow straight, or maybe they're just, I don't know. It's basically like a box that's around the tree, and it's not a seat. It's like very uncomfortable, but I sit on it anyway. In fact, they actively deter people from sitting down on them. They install like spikes on the seat to try to make it uncomfortable for people to sit there. And I'll still sit there, because it's not like the spikes they're not going up my asshole, they're just kind of going into my cheek meat. And I have I have a good amount of cheek meat back there to where it's not comfortable, but it's a place where I can sit. I don't have to put all the weight on my feet because I stand a lot during the day. So if I'm going to sit, I'm going to sit. God damn it. I'd like to go out and sit down at a place, but I don't always get to do that. It's expensive. And I'm very careful about where I go to eat at a restaurant. It's very rare. It has to be good. It has to be good. There's too many restaurants in New York City for me to actively go to a place that I think might not be great. If I'm going to a place, it's because I've heard or I think it's going to be great. And I guess everybody does. But then in some places, like in some parts of the country, you have to settle because there's only so many places, and there might be 2 or 3 great spots. Well, you're not going to go there every time, right? You're going to try some other spots. And even if it doesn't look that great, which it probably doesn't, you settle. But in New York, there are that many places that are like, this is the fucking bomb. And so if I get any inkling that it's not going to be amazing, I don't go. Have you ever done this? I've made reservations at a place. I go up there, I go to the restaurant, I walk in, and there's like no one in there, and I leave. I'm not going in. Are you kidding me? Like, I'm not going to walk in and test if there's nobody else in there. What are the odds? Why is it empty? It's dinner time. People should be in here eating. And so that's a red flag. And if the servers and everything, they're too eager to seat you, I like when restaurants play a little bit hard to get. You walk into a place, it's fucking jam packed. It's kind of hard to get a hold of the hostess, and the servers are running around. I'm like, oh, okay, they're fucking working. People want to be here. When you walk into places, you could just smell the desperation on them. Oh, ruins the meal. So I won't do it. I want it to be filled in there. It's like the opposite of a movie theater experience. Like you walk into a movie theater and there's nobody in there, you're like, oh shit, this is awesome. It's just us. We're going to really enjoy this movie. We feel like kings. I've never done that with a restaurant. I've never walked in. I'm like, yeah, we got the whole place to ourselves. That's not how that works. So yeah, mostly on the street. So there's this video that's been going around of this robot. A lot of people are terrified of it, and rightfully so. I don't know if you've seen it. So they came out with like a new robot, which first off, I want to say, because I feel like every 6 months now there's like a new robot video that comes out. Why are we still surprised every time a new video drops? This is what's going to happen. They're going to keep getting better. Like people, like a video comes out and they're like, oh my God, it's so realistic. It's scary. It's like, yeah. You mean they improved from the last one? Yeah, they did. And it's going to get you're not going to be able to tell the difference. It's going to be like every fucking sci-fi movie. What do you think these fucking scientists are going off of? You know, they're like, oh, let's try and make it look like let's try to make it like that movie. Let's try to make it like Black Mirror. That's what we're going off of. This fucking video, the Amica humanoid robot, this thing, dude, terrifying. It's like moving its arm and shit, right? And then it just awakes. Fucking terrifying. First of all, scariest part of this video is in the first few seconds. Look in the background. Look at the robot in the background. He looks fucking terrified. He looks like he said too much and he knows too much information, or like he talked back and they fucking did something horrible to him, right? Look at the look in his eyes, and the one next to him is just looking like, hey, bae, hey man, I don't know you, so just be cool. I'm going to look straight ahead so I don't get fucking got, you know? This thing just comes alive. Moves the arm. Whoa. 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 Look, this is what I look like when I'm hungover. Just looking at my hands, I'm like, oh, I am alive. You know? Wow. Why do they make him so... Oh, what is that face? And then he does like this creepy smile at the end. Dude, that's not a smile. That's a face you make like when you have to interact with people and you have to take a really big shit. That's what that is. Ugh. I don't know, man. What are we doing this for? I get why we need like robot machines, but I don't know why we need robot people. Don't we have enough fucking people? Don't we already have a population problem? You know? Like, do we need more foot traffic walking down the fucking street? Because you know they're coming to the cities first. Do we need another robot in the way, walking through the M&M store, just being in the way of everybody? I really don't think that we need those. Look, he's got the thing in the center, like he's fucking Iron Man. And you know they're going to make these things strong. You know? Look at that thing. Can you imagine trying to arm wrestle this fucking robot? Like, oh, we're so fucked. We're so fucked. They literally look like the robots from iRobot, the Will Smith movie. You know? I mean, what is the purpose? Let me see if they say anything about why they're doing it. Its robots are meant for science centers, theme parks, and businesses looking to attract a crowd. It also claims that its robots make for an experience that visitors, delegates, and audiences will never forget. While Boston Dynamics is still the frontier for our ongoing, most likely to create the robot that actually murders you award, the debut of Amica makes engineered arts a compelling runner-up for that distinction. Isn't this fun? Isn't this a fun article? For most likely to make a robot that actually murders you. They're all gonna they're all gonna murder us. They're all gonna murder us. It's either that or it's Omicron. Okay, those are our top two worries in America right now. It's that and Omicron. Omicron actually sounds like the virus that would kill robots, right? As opposed to COVID. Oh, dude, I did this show last night where the guy who runs it, I mean, God bless him, but he's just so, he's so terrified of COVID. It's kind of hard to deal with because I'm so over it, and he's even deeper in, like he thinks we're getting locked down in 2 weeks, and so every word out of his mouth is about COVID. It's about the vaccine. It's fucking exhausting, I don't know how we're gonna do it. I was listening to a thing that from some doctor who I don't remember his accreditation, but he seems to think that this is just going to be here forever, and that we shouldn't be focusing on containment as so much. We should be focusing on like how to just fucking, fight it, how to just be a better human being. Don't be such a fat fuck. Don't drink so much. Go on a run. Basically just do everything that I tell myself I'm going to do in the morning and then never do. Right? Just get up from the television. Do something fun. Make a puzzle or something. Right? Puzzles aren't really active, but they're stimulating. And that fights COVID. Right? Kate made a puzzle the other day. And I made the mistake of attempting to help. That's the thing about puzzle people. They got to do it on their own. Real serious puzzle people. Like I was attempting to help, and I like picked up a piece. She was like, "Don't pick up the pieces. Don't pick up the pieces," because I got them separated by color, and they're in different areas. And also, like if I were to put one piece of the puzzle into the puzzle, even if she did every other piece, she would feel as if she did not completely do the puzzle by herself. And that, we like to say, that those are issues. You got to work that out, huh? Got to work that out. That's something, that's not about me and my one piece of puzzle. That's about you. Right? Who's with me on this? Is this what we thought we'd talk about 1 year into this podcast? God, to be honest, I didn't even know. I didn't think I'd be doing this for a whole year, and a year went by like that, right? God, when you think about years in terms of podcasts, it really did go quickly. Should I start doing more? Like, I'm going to have a lot more free time, and so I'd like to do more stuff with the podcast. If you think I should have people on, let me know. DM me, because I've been really considering doing that. I just didn't know when the right time was to do that. But maybe a year in is the right time. Do it solo for a year, then maybe do guests on and off. I don't know. I'm trying to find ways to switch it up, to improve it. If you have any suggestions, throw them my way, because I'm all ears. I'm a very open person. This is a dialogue, okay? We're not about speaking down to people. It's about a dialogue. It's about a conversation, because we're a family here, and we want all people to be like all people, and we all share each other's values, as long as it's the values of the company. Right? I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. The point is this. COVID isn't real. Segregation is a thing. And, and fucking a third. Okay? Those are the things. And I don't want to mention the robots, because I feel like I'm already in hot water with the robots, because I feel like anything you say about robots in a negative light eventually is going to come back to bite you in the ass, because they're going to plug into the Matrix, and then they're going to download all the shit that you said, and then they're going to come fucking find you. That's going to be the next thing, All those people who talk shit about Alexa, well, guess what? Your day's coming, all right? Your day of reckoning is on the horizon. So get ready, because the shoe is dropping, and it's dropping fast. Okay? They're all coming for us. Okay? I just saw a commercial the other day for Ray-Ban sunglasses that have a camera in them. Why do you need that? That is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard of, that I'll probably have in a year and a half. Okay? That is the dumbest thing. Why do you need a camera on the front of your face if you're not creeping on people? Okay? Because that's not how people capture memories. Oh, look, I'm recording what I'm seeing. That's not, no. Just use the thing, all right? The only reason you do it from your sunglasses is so that you can be discreet, and you want to be that creep on the subway who's, sitting there recording up some lady's dress. I mean, if you don't think that's not going to happen, you're out of your mind. There's certain things we don't need them. And so the robots are going to be able to tap into the camera in your sunglasses, and it's all going to go to shit. All right, it's all a movie. It's all iRobot. It's all fucking Eagle Eye and Ex Machina and all the rest of them. Okay, we're all a part of a goddamn movie right now. And I'd say right now we haven't hit the climax, but we're getting there. Anyway, that's a light little note to leave you all on. Hey, if you've been here since the beginning, thank you so much. If you've hopped on board recently, that's cool too, man. I'd still like your feedback. So yeah, that's the podcast this week. Hope you had a good week. Hope you're gonna have a good week ahead of you. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Peace.